Senator Wyden.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and I also want to note we're always glad to have Senator Hirono here. Mr. McAleenan, you're running with the right crowd when you have Senator Hirono in your corner.
I'd like to welcome our good friend Senator Hirono, who also hails from Hawaii. Senator Hirono will be providing the introduction for Mr. McAleenan. And Senator Hirono, the floor is yours at this time.
Chairman Hatch, Ranking Member Wyden, members of the committee, aloha. I'm pleased to introduce to you one of Hawaii's own, Kevin, and the K stands for Ke Aloha, which is a good Hawaiian name, McAleenan, who has been nominated by the President to serve as Commissioner of U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP. Kevin has a deep connection to Hawaii and to public service. His father worked with at-risk youth at Stevenson Middle School and taught summer courses at the University of Hawaii. Prior to government service, Mr. McAleenan practiced law in California. He received his Juris Doctor degree from the University of Chicago Law School and a Bachelor of Arts degree from Amherst College. He has served at the leadership level of CBP, first as Deputy Commissioner, Chief Operating Officers, and now as the Acting Commissioner for over 4 years combined, leading CBP through a period of dynamic change, significant resource constraints, and increasing stakeholder expectations. For the past 6 months, Kevin has served as the acting CBP commissioner and oversees nearly 60,000 employees. He manages a budget of over $13 billion and ensures the effective operations of CBP's efforts to protect national security while promoting economic prosperity. Kevin understands that CBP is not only tasked with keeping our country safe from threats beyond our border, but also to securely facilitate legitimate travel and commerce. To this end, Kevin is personally committed to working closely with external stakeholders, including the international trade and travel communities, state and local government and law enforcement, non-governmental organizations, interagency partners, and members of Congress. I can attest to this commitment. Last December, CBP, in collaboration or coordination with the Hawaii Department of Transportation, resumed inspection of international passengers arriving in Kona Airport after a 6-year hiatus. The success of this project between the state of Hawaii and CBP was fostered by Kevin and the strong team at CBP. Kevin is also committed to furthering CBP's security cooperation with our international partners while also streamlining the customs process for visitors to our country. I have worked with him on CBP's expansion of pre-clearance operations to Japan and have seen the successful growth of global entry programs to include a number of Asia-Pacific nations, most recently India. While I don't expect to support everything that CBP will be tasked by the President to do, Kevin's long career in law enforcement and willingness to constructively work with members of the Senate will equip him to lead the agency with integrity and commitment to service. A letter of support for Mr. McAleenan has been sent by the Governor of Hawaii, David Ige, in which he highlighted Kevin's, and I quote, keen desire to serve the public with the spirit of aloha, end quote, and the work he did to assist in restarting international flights from Japan to Kona International Airport. Mr. Chairman, I request that the Governor's letter of support for Mr. McAleenan's nomination be included in the record.
Without objection, it will be included.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Well, thank you, Senator Hirono. We appreciate you taking time to provide that great introduction, and we're grateful for you attending today, our hearing.
Thank you for considering my nomination to lead U.S. Customs and Border Protection today. Senator Hirono, thank you so much for the kind introduction and for highlighting my connections to my birth state. I have very much appreciated working with you and your colleagues in the state of Hawaii on international travel and trade over the past several years. Mahalo nui loa. Please allow me to introduce my wife of 15 years, Karina, who's not only behind me here today, but behind me every day and everything I do. Thank you. My daughters, Tatiana, 10 years old, and Caitlin, 7, will watch the recording, or at least part of it, when they get home from school this afternoon. And without their enduring support, patience, and love, I would not have had the chance to pursue my tremendously rewarding career in public service, nor this opportunity to present myself to the committee today. It is truly a family commitment to support public service. I was raised in a family of public servants, each member drawn to a cause and driven to make a difference. My father, whose service began in the United States Army, 82nd Airborne, continues to serve the public today at 80 years strong as a hearing officer in the LA County Mental Health Court system. My mother worked at the university and college levels for decades, and my brother's a principal of a high school in Fresno County, California, working to ensure that children facing stark disadvantages achieve educational opportunities. My stepmother works in public elementary education. My sister works with autistic children while pursuing a degree in social work, and my youngest brother is considering a career in law enforcement. I'm pretty proud of this group. And Karina dedicated several years early in her career working for the Department of Homeland Security at the U.S. Secret Service and continues to work full-time while also being the best mom I know in order to enable my own government service. For me, that call to service came on September 11th. I was extraordinarily fortunate to have the opportunity to help lead a new focus on counterterrorism within the United States Customs Service and then support the transition to our unified border security agency as U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Over the past 15 years, I've been able to participate in the dynamic evolution of the agency, and I'm honored to have had key opportunities to contribute to that transformation, both at headquarters and in the field. In my management and leadership roles, I have found it most rewarding to engage with, support, and advocate for the operators, the CBP officers, the Border Patrol agents, air and marine pilots and interdiction agents, trade and agriculture specialists, and mission support personnel, our people, accomplishing the mission on the front line. The men and women of CBP, operating in all 50 states and 40 countries globally, are the heart of our organization and are some of the finest professionals in government service anywhere in the world. If confirmed, it would be the greatest privilege of my professional life to represent and to continue serving alongside them as Commissioner. In addition to its people, CBP has a strong foundation of legal authorities, operational capabilities, and a mission-focused culture. But we have significant opportunities, as the Chair and Ranking Member have noted in their opening statements, with support from the Administration and Congress to do much more to enhance our trade facilitation and enforcement, counterterrorism, and border security missions. As an indispensable national security partner and the nation's second-largest revenue-collecting source, CBP must continue to innovate to accomplish its complex responsibilities and to recruit and sustain the world-class workforce it needs. I am deeply honored and grateful for the President's nomination, as well as the support from former Secretary Kelly and Acting Secretary Duke. If confirmed, working closely with this committee and our stakeholders, I would commit to addressing CBP's challenges with diligence and transparency, and to supporting CBP's dedicated and extremely hardworking personnel to take our efforts and our organization to the next level. It's been a privilege to meet a number of members of this committee during the process, and I look forward to answering your questions today.
Well, thank you, sir. I do have some obligatory questions that we ask all nominees who appear before this committee. First, is there anything that you are aware of in your background that might present a conflict of interest with the duties of the office to which you have been nominated?
No.
Second, do you know of any reason, personal or otherwise, that would in any way prevent you from fully and honorably discharging the responsibilities of the office to which you have been nominated?
No.
Third, do you agree without reservation to respond to any reasonable summons to appear and testify before any duly constituted committee of Congress, if confirmed?
Yes.